Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Repisardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening. Hey, Dan, how you doing? What are you doing?
I was going to make a goofy on you. How you doing, Janet?
Good.
What's
how
up, Greg? I was going to give you the old evil horns there for the camera, but I got caught. You caught me that time. I'll get you next show. I'm going to sneak it in there on you.
I was going to say I could get you, but I'm looking for the golf club, and it's not here today.
I know. It's all snowy, rainy out, so I guess we'll leave it go.
Okay.
It's creeping up on us quickly, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hope for a little early spring action.
I
That'd
hope.
be great.
Yeah.
We were going to saute some red snapper and grill a couple of vegetables. I make an antipasto of caramelized onions and mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, and some roasted peppers. And I was messing around with another one that included some grilled vegetables, eggplant and zucchini and portobello mushrooms. And I've been tossing a few of these roasted peppers in also for a little contrast in both color and flavor. What else was I going to do? If we had time, I was going to try a basic pesto sauce. It's something that we, can give our viewers at home a little trouble. It's something really nice to make. You know, you weren't in the cream sauce or red sauce mode. You needed that one thing that was a tie-in to the meal, pasta-wise and all, and it's really a good thing. But I will show you a neat little trick to help it along.
Oh, great.
And I wanted to garnish a dessert. I was doing a couple of different things with my desserts. In terms of decorating the plate a little bit, we're not, I'm not getting real fancied up here and stuff, but just if we have time, we'll just put one of those desserts together and show you how I'm putting it to the plate.
Something easy for our viewers to do, put it
Well, no, I don't know about that. I don't know if the viewers go in this direction. If they bought a little syrup, a little that chocolate syrup from the market or something like that, they could do that, really. That's true. A little whipped cream. Yeah, you can make it fun, You got that block of cheesecake sitting on the plate. Next thing you know, a little of this and of that, a little berry garnish. It's looking like somebody paid a little attention to it. So why don't we try a couple of these grilled vegetables?
Okay.
I've already done some. I'll plate some up for you. And I'll just give you an example of what we're doing. We don't have a real charbroiler. We have one. I have a little grill plate here.
Okay.
That's going to give it nice marks and all, and get that good smoky flavor on it. And I can finish that in the oven, if it's too hot. And but the flames too. If you're not careful and you got a really hot charbroiler, you can really torch it. So I really like how this does these vegetables. So let's give it a whirl. I was slicing some of this zucchini long ways. I've just started doing it, so I'm working on how thick or thin we should do this and all that rigmarole. So cut them about 1/4 of an inch. I'll just put a couple slices on. I just want to give you an idea of how we do this. And this is one of these things you can do at home also. My wife has one of these pans that she puts on our outdoor grill. It's got a bunch of holes in it, and she puts in a little bit of a marinade, and it works real well there too. It's kind of a buffer between the grill and the vegetables, a little metal tray. And you can also carry it in and out of the house. It's right on there also. That's a good way to do it. It's about the only doggone thing she can do okay.
Uh-oh.
Just kidding, honey. All right, I'm going to slice a little eggplant. I don't have any more portobello mushrooms, so we're going to have to just, I have some over here. We'll plate them up. This is something also that, you can't have this sitting for weeks on end, but you can get a couple of days out of this. It does sit very, very well. And we try to serve it at room temperature. I guess I'm going to toss this with a little oil. Where's our oil? Maybe some salt and pepper, and then we'll redress it later. I just want to get it where it'll make the grill pan jump a little bit. And I'll put a little salt and pepper on it. I'm not going to put any garlic on because the garlic will burn. So what's new with you? Anything?
Nothing much.
Nothing much?
Working.
I'm heading back down to my roots down in Denville soon. I'm moving back down. The police have been forewarned. The lifeguards at the beach, they said, oh no, that maniac's coming back down.
Call the National Guard.
Call the National Guard. The Luzzies are back in town, right? But, yeah, I'm excited about it. It's going to be real good. All right, I'll put these on this pan. The zucchini and the eggplant. Like I said, I didn't grill the roasted peppers, but I just kind of throw them in there to give that, like I said, color and texture contrast. I'm also messing around with. I don't want to burn them, so I did have this a little lower than usual. And we'll let it go. We'll see how that works, okay? I guess while the vegetables are going, in between the time we grill these and plate them up, why don't I start that red snapper dish?
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, we got that real nice Floridian red snapper. It's amazing how just certain fish from different waters are better than others. They say the Floridian snapper has it all over the Brazilian snapper.
Oh, really?
Certain things in the cold water. I got these chopped clams one time. They were a little chewy. Then I find out they were from down the Carolinas. You get the ones off the
New England.
right.
That area.
What the heck do you call that? We learned in our geography class. I guess I didn't learn very well. The the shelf out there, the continental shelf. You know, you want to get them from those types of waters. But this is Floridian snapper, and it's really, really nice stuff. I've just been trying different fish fillets, Chilean sea bass, tunas and stuff, and experimenting with them. And where is some oil? I'll get some oil in the pan here. I'm going to cook it in that brown butter. I love doing the brown butter thing. We have to, there we go. It's probably more than I need. That's a hefty hunk, right?
Chunk of butter.
Right, right. I try to go a little less on the oil. We don't want it white hot. Let's see how our little zucchini is doing.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Right. And if we cut it a little thicker, like this
great.
eggplant, I can put it in the oven
Yeah.
and finish it off of some of the thicker pieces that we have. Actually, I should have cut that zucchini a little bit thicker. It's going to finish way before the eggplant. All right, now this is going to brown. I'll put a little more in, what the heck. And we're going to dredge the snapper in flour. I guess I'll season it a little bit first. See these guys on the you see these guys on the food networks like Emerald and those type of people. They try to encourage you each of these steps to you can't go crazy seasoning this stuff, but this is very bland tasting, and the sauce I'm going to serve it with is going to have to work so hard to get the flavor. But if you can season these, especially when it comes to thicker type fish fillets or steaks or something like that, I think it's important. Why is one person's a little more special than the next? It's little things like this, So we're going to dredge this in flour, and I'm going to put it skin side down. Let me let that even get a little darker. A little darker. Boy, you would think this would taste burnt or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's such a great flavor. A friend of mine, Mark Perella, showed me how to do this. He's a great chef in his own right. I'll just put these over here for the time being. I'm really just trying to give you an idea of how we get this together, okay? And I guess while I'm at it, I did the sauce ahead of time. The sauce that we're going to serve with the snapper is a light cream sauce. You can see that flows a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's got a white wine and lemon base to it and some shallot. It's already seasoned. There we go. And to finish it, I'm going to add a little bit of fresh tarragon that we have here and some lemon zest that'll help with the color and really makes the flavor work. I can see this sauce is looking pretty good here. Let's see if I can find a plate to put it on. Let's see, I'll try one of these ovals. Guess I can toss some of this oil out. This is great stuff, this red snapper, I'm telling you. I think it's wonderful. Okay, I guess I'll put the the snapper on the plate first. Let's see how I'm going to decorate this. We'll try a little of our sauce. Now with this tarragon, all I'm going to do is, it's very strong. So I'm going to put just a little bit in there.
Okay.
And just stir it in. Just let the heat of the pan bring it out. Okay? And you can see that this is a wonderful sauce I made. Listen to me complimenting my sauce. No, it takes a long time to make this. Get the fragrance from that sauce. Isn't that nice
Oh,
stuff?
yes.
Goes so well with the fish. I'm not going to cover the whole piece. We'll just get enough sauce for dipping purposes and, you know, kind of give it that sort of contrast. I guess we'll try a little of the lemon zest. I could do it right onto it, I imagine. Just some of the rind
that's
of the
pretty.
lemon.
Yeah.
You got to be
And that
careful
brings
with
out the
this.
lemon in the sauce as well.
Right, right. I guess we can go a little bit with this paprika garnish, maybe, just to give this a little bit of another color contrasting. And I'll garnish that with a piece of parsley like that.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's really a tasty dish. You know, we're just trying tarragon for a little bit. You know, you can use 9,000 different combinations, but there you have it. Well, as yet unnamed red snapper dish.
Okay.
Maybe we'll name it after you, Janet.
Great.
Get over here, Sonny. Oh, jeez, sorry. You guys calling us there. Told you to lay off of me, will you? We were going to try to, we were talking before about making some of these garnishes for the desserts and whatnot, and many of them you can do at home, and you might not be apt to, but, you know, whether it's over ice cream and stuff. I'm mainly trying to do it to maybe do a little plate garnishing and that sort of thing. A couple different ways of going about that, and these are ingredients you have in your own home, well, outside of the heavy cream anyway. But I'm going to add a little.
People have that in their own.
Yeah, that's true too.
Some people prefer that.
I haven't done this that much, so if I totally butcher this, I don't want everybody calling up and laughing at me. You got that out there, and I'm trying this now. I'm working on it. I'm trying. So I'm hearing different ways of doing this and stuff. I'm putting this butter right in here with the sugar. This is a real low-cal situation.
But then, and I'll tell you, this is good because we don't really get a lot of instruction insofar as, like, you know, making desserts look a little prettier. You know.
Right, right.
This is going to be good.
All right, I'm cooking this together with sugar, dissolving the sugar into the butter, and the butter will brown. There's ways of browning the sugar, using brown sugar. There's 90 different ways to get this together, but I like the flavor of the browning of the butter and that. I think that's neat.
And that came up pretty quickly, too. That was fast.
Yeah, this is something you don't want to accidentally spill on yourself, I'll tell you that. Once these candies get going, man, I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to let this go for a second or two. Now, what we could do is plate up our grilled vegetables. You see I have a pile of them over here. And I prepared these yesterday. Alrighty, I got a little plate here. Just a little something before dinner. We'll try that attitude towards it. Try a little of this eggplant and maybe some of that zucchini. Got these wonderful portobello mushrooms. Try some of this red pepper. Maybe we could cut the pepper in half and use it twice. Maybe we'll slide it right there, make the color show there. Maybe we'll try it again after the mushroom. And let's see if we can sneak a little more zucchini in here also, with the portobello in the center, like that.
And these are all grilled.
Yeah, they're grilled, and they're
very healthy dish.
yeah, and they're all we've seasoned them a little bit there, and we also have a little bit of a dressing here. You can see the pieces of garlic and whatnot, and this olive oil and salt and pepper, just to get it. You know, you can see that's a little bit dry. You can see these are a little dry. They're seasoned, but they're you know, not happening. So I'm going to try to put some of this garlic and oil mixture over the top, and I've taken some balsamic vinegar. You see the way that's clinging to the sides of the, we reduced this by a lot. I can see I should add the cream to this. You can see where this is browning over here now? The sugar?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, now we're going to add this cream to it. Whisk that all together. There we go. And if we have time, we'll maybe put some of this on a, see, I make this a little bit thinner because I like to put it in a squirt bottle like I have it here, decorating some plates. It's really neat to do that. So if you don't put enough cream in, the flavor is a little lighter. The less cream, the more intense the flavor is going to be, but I need to get it out of the bottle, you know. You can't, you know. And that looks like it's got some pretty nice color to it.
Sure.
And all we're going to do is let that cool off. That wasn't that hard, right?
No, not at all.
And it's going to taste great, I'm telling you. All right, but this stuff was reduced. They say you have to reduce this by about 70% to get that kind of syrupy consistency to it.
Wow.
And it's very intense. So we're just going to get a little squiggle on the top here. That's all we're going to do is just garnish this with that. So between that and the oil, that's sufficient, I believe. I'm not looking to garnish this. I think there's enough color happening there, so I think we're ready to go. And I like these at, you know, they can be served very hot, but I like them at room temperature. Not cold, not hot, just, you know, it's real nice that way.
Okay, so I think in the meanwhile, while we're waiting for dessert, we're going to do this pesto thing.
Right.
Yeah,
A little pesto.
a little pesto.
Yeah, it's
And
just a
that's
great thing.
Oh, it
Basil
is.
is so
Very
sweet,
fragrant.
and we have a pretty finely chopped basil pesto. I'm considering taking some fresh leaves and chopping it into it to try to give this a little different, you know, keep this consistency and have the chopped leaves in there. So I'm working on that right now. But I mean, smell how sweet that is.
Oh, that
You know, that's
really
such good
super
stuff.
fragrant. I mean, it smells like it came straight from the garden.
Right, there's
Wonderful.
a couple important things to know. I've got this pasta cooking right here, this penne I'm going to use. You use any type of pasta that you like, but often you have garlic and olive oil and Parmesan mixed up with this pesto. And how do you get it from here to there without it having it overly oily? And that's, you know, this sort of thing. And do you get the pesto hot or not? My attitude with the pesto is to have it at room temperature. I'd rather have the dish at room temperature because once you get it in a pan and the real heat of the pan gets a hold of it, it really scorches it, you know, much in the same way that heating chocolate or something like that, it can, you know, things can burn. You didn't put it on the flame or in the pan, but it just cooks out, you know, it gets too hot. That's why I feel like sometimes you see, and people do like that a pesto cream sauce. But it's a little tougher to ruin the basil and the pesto when you put it in the cream sauce. But just to toss it in an oily garlic cheese situation, that's a little more difficult in my opinion. So let's go with it here. I've got some chicken stock. Yeah, because otherwise to make it a sauce of sorts, it's all oil then too.
Yes,
you know,
it
it gets
is.
very greasy. So this is a neat way to do it. I guess what I'll do is drain our pasta right now.
And then I guess that keeps your calories down as well. Everybody's looking at that.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. But the main thing with this was getting that broth there to help this whole thing along. That's a little more pasta than I intended to use. What the heck? We'll make a big plate, right?
There won't be any leftovers.
Right. So we're going to get this all hot here. I think even the cheese, we'll start the cheese now to get it melted. But the pesto, I like adding it after it's off the flame. Okay, the pasta's hot, the cheese is happening. I want to put some oil in to enrich it. Oh, I got a smidgy left here. You can see how the cheese is starting to melt, right? Yeah. I'll put a little bit of this pesto in now. And something like this, you want to put it in maybe 2 times. I should have a big bowl to toss this in. It's just a little bit. Let's see if I can work this out here a little better. Like a spoon would be more. Just want to get a little coating going. I think I can use a little more cheese. I may have had a little too much broth in here, but you get the idea anyway.
Mm-hmm.
There's already garlic in the pesto sauce. I'll try some salt. Try a little pepper. And And I'll put a little of this granulated garlic in just to make sure we're in the good garlic department. Okay, I think we can use a little more. You know, it does go a long way, the pesto, but I like a lot of it. You know, people like less. I know my mom likes a little less of it. I don't, Ma. I want more, Ma.
More pesto, Ma.
Right. You know, it's whatever your personal preference is. I like it all green and pesto-y and that great sweet flavor that does smell good. You can.
Oh, it does.
I think we have enough
That's
on there.
wonderful.
I think that's enough. Maybe a hair more, smidgy more. Better hurry up or we're not going to get to our dessert. Then you're going home with no cookies.
Oh, no, don't say
No
that.
cookies and milk.
You know I'm a dessert person.
All right, we're hurrying.
I've been waiting for that.
All right, we're ready to plate it up, and I just happen to have these oven-dried tomatoes. You know, bake them on low and leave them overnight with a pilot. You can see we're going to have to put a couple of these back in the oven. They're just a little too meaty and large. But see these smaller ones here, you know, it's just neat. We've taken the seeds out. Now we're going to take the skin off. And I'll use this as a garnish maybe on the top of this pesto sauce. We'll try that, okay?
Okay.
Get a larger plate since I made a larger portion. But isn't that neat? It's not totally oily. It's there. It's happening.
At all, actually.
Yeah. And the basil still has its sweetness. It's not cooked to heck. Notice we did this while it was off the flame. This is a lot of basil, but it's good though, you know, and it's neat. You know, you can serve it with anything, and it's just a little bit something different than from the old red sauce or cream sauce. Also, it's pretty wet without being overly runny, right? I guess that's enough on there, right? What are we going to do with this tomato? Maybe we'll just put it on the top as a cap, right? We'll try that, right? And maybe
a little parsley?
A little parsley too. Well, we got the green in. Let me try this red around the plate.
That's nice. Yep, that brings it in.
A little paprika mix there. And then we have a little penne with a pesto sauce.
Okay, now Dan, I understand that we're going to take just a simple piece of cake and we're going to make it an exquisite work of art.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we're going to give it a shot here.
Okay.
And this cake, though, that can do a lot of talking on its own. It's very nice and it's minorly complex. It's got, you can see chopped pecans, a layer of cake, mousse. You know, it's very, very nice on its own. But we are going to get it a little more visually appealing. And if you ask me if I made that cake or not, I'll never speak to you again, okay? All right, there's how it would look on a plate. We could do this and that with it. And I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do here. Why don't I try to put, here's some of that caramel we made a little earlier. You can see how light it is. I added a little cream to it. But it enables us to work it out of the bottle a little bit. I've been fooling around with this chocolate sauce here. Let's give it a try. Let's try a little bit of this on here. All we're going to do is just fling it on the plate here, any which way, and see how this all works out. It's a little dark, right? We'll put a few drops of that. This may be a hair overdone. I haven't had the two sauce combination yet, so let's try this here. Let's try the same type of thing with the with this caramel. That looks pretty good. I'm in. We're working there. Yeah. And then we'll take the cake off the plate. We'll set it on there. What do you think? A little shot of whipped cream?
Oh, definitely.
A little shot of whipped cream.
Definitely need whipped cream there.
Let's shake this up. See if I can put a little whipped cream on the side there. And I've got a few chocolate chips here. Why don't we try those on top of the whipped cream? Why don't we give that a shot?
Nice.
Okay. And confectionery, sure. Will that be overdone with that? I think so. I think so. I think if I put the confectionery on there, it'll be...
Too much?
Maybe. Let's try it anyway. What the heck? Okay, we'll try it. We'll try a little puff of the old...
Oh, no, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. And there we go. So we took it from being a little piece. We got a couple little sauces. These are very edible, the chocolate and the caramel. And everybody likes to dip a little cake into the whipped cream. I mean, whipped cream very seldom does that get unused. Maybe we'll throw a little mint leaf on there also for a little contrast.
Oh, very nice. Well, here we are again, folks. As you know, this is my favorite time of the evening when we're out of the kitchen and back ready to eat.
Right.
I don't know why I say that, because I'm not the one doing the cooking. You are, Dan. But anyway,
You're doing the
great.
managing, I'm doing the cooking.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this deal.
What's wrong with that?
Gonna make a switcheroo on that. Should we review them or?
Sure.
All right, we did the grilled vegetables, served room temperature, hot if you want. We have the eggplant there, the roasted pepper that isn't grilled that I snuck in there, our zucchini, and the portobello mushroom. We did drizzle that balsamic reduction on there. Really can
good.
give it some zip.
Fragrant.
We have our Floridian red snapper, sauteed it in the brown butter. Oh, what a great flavor that gives it. And we have that vin blanc that's accented with shallot, white wine, lemon, and a little lemon zest and a touch of tarragon at the end. Not too much on the tarragon. And our pesto, our penne pesto, that we did that little chicken broth starter with, and you can see that it's still glistening and wet, and it just made the whole thing happen. You know,
Sure
the
did.
cheese melted and not too oily. We went over that bit about the putting the pesto in while it's still on the flame. Have it off the flame and just stir it in and get it to the plate. The stuff bruises very easily.
And I want to know why the dessert is over there.
It's going over
I
here even
wanted-
farther. That's it.
Bring it over this way.
There's that little nifty, neat dessert. We just try to show you how we took our piece of cake that did well enough on its own, but
Sure.
it definitely looks a lot more appetizing at this point. We put a drizzle of our couple of caramel and our chocolate sauce, the whipped cream, the mint leaf. You know, it's just a little more fun to eat, and this
Right.
is all very edible, and you can keep the mint for your bad breath on the way home.
Well, okay, folks, thank you again for joining us on Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rapasardi-Hoff, and we'll see you next week.